Oh shit. You know what's up, y'all? Shit. Detroit fire in the motherfucking house. But I'm out here chilling. I'm out here hanging out, man. I gotta, do my time and stuff. I'm at this truck stop. This is what it looks back here, man. We're out here in the middle of nowhere in Ohio. I think it's exit 161, I-75, or 167, something like that. I think we're in kind of near, oh, I know what it is. I remember now. Findlay, Ohio. They got some woods back here. I'm at like a racetrack. They call it a racetrack gas station. I'm happy they got really, really good lighting here. Really good lighting for us, This is really good. Got trash cans. I always use the trash cans. Don't be a fucking Uganda half-bred towelhead truck driver and throw your trash on the ground. You gotta put your trash in there. That's my truck right there. And to people that don't drive a truck, these things are pretty big. Okay, let's give you an idea. We're standing at the back. This is my truck right here. We're standing at the back of this trailer. Okay, that's my mirror way up there. It's how far back we are, okay, as a driver, to be able to see you and look at you, That's a long way up there. That's like 75 feet. Okay. But we got car parts, automotive parts going to Greer, South Carolina. There's no, I don't understand why they don't put a seal, but that's how they operate. These are car parts in here. I don't know what they look like. Let's see what they look like. Hold on a second. Oh shit, there you go. There it is. I don't know what that is. It's like sheet metal. It's formulated. It's been stamped. This is what I'm hauling. This is 35,000 pounds. Okay, in these containers. Now these containers will become empty while they really don't fill them up. I mean, look at that. Look at that space inside here. Wow, that's automotive for you. They don't utilize the space. They couldn't do that because this load right here is 35,000 pounds. If they fill them up all the way, you'll be triple, double. I mean, shoot, you'll be way up there, quadruple. Okay, so this is car parts, man. It's like what is that, man? I don't know what that is. It's like it's a piece of sheet metal. You see that? I can maybe grab one. I want to be very careful here. There's one. It's a piece of sheet metal. It's stamped steel for a vehicle. Very sharp piece of steel. Okay. I'm gonna be very careful because I don't want to cut my fucking hand open. But that's a car part. It's a piece for a car that's gonna get it welded in place. All right, and it's all the way up there. I'm gonna be honest with you. They did a pretty good job loading it. Pretty good job, man. But that's this, man. That is this going down the highway at 65 miles an hour. And all this weight. Okay. Now we gotta climb down there. Never ever jump off. If you're a truck driver, you never jump off this because it's a long way down. We're talking probably 5-6 feet. Gotta be at least. I always climb down. You never jump down. And I gotta set my phone down and climb down. See, I always use this door right here. Use this door you have one door closed and it's locked. And we use that, you know, I always give you, that's a tip for you. And drivers don't know, but it's a brand new trailer, man. Brand new trailer. And this is going to Greer, South Carolina, the BMW plant. And they've been using brand new trailers, which I respect that. What you would probably need for this contract is respectable to me. If you need, if you're buying brand new trailers and you have a contract, that means good things. That means really good things to me, as business wise, you know. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. So I put my hand here on the door. I gotta use that ledge there and walk down the back of this trailer like a ladder. Let's see if I can do it. Nah, fuck that shit. Set the phone down, man. I already climbed out of there, you know. I used it like a ladder. That door is secure, and I climbed down using this ledge, that ledge there, the DOT bumper. It's called the DOT bumper. And I stepped down. And shut the door. No seal at all, just fucking metal. Stamped metal. That's what it is. Always check up there. Brand new trailer, you ain't gotta do much. You ain't gotta do shit. You can just go boop. That easy, man. That fucking easy. But that's a tractor trailer for you, man. I've been driving for them like 10 years. That's the truck way up there. The mirror sticking out. And that's what I do, man. I enjoy it. I enjoy driving truck. Brand new fucking tires on here, man. Fucking love it, man. Look at that shit. Brand new tires. Both sides, brand new trailer. Look, there's no rust here, man. I love this shit. Brand new fucking trailer, man. Nothing rides like a brand new trailer, I'm gonna tell you, man. But we go way up here when you're trying to pass a tractor trailer. Look, this fucking thing is 75 feet long. Okay. It's my truck. I got a green, they call it grave digger. I always call it grave digger, man. That's a US dot number. Motor carrier. That's your Kentucky fucking number for DOT. Kentucky's a little different. They always got to have their own shit. You know, Michigan Kenworth. There's your IFTA tax, international fuel tax. Michigan, 25. This fuel tax sticker don't work for Kentucky. There's like 3 or 4 states that don't work with this sticker. Okay, so it's separate because they got to be special. You know what I mean? Up in here, you know. This is a airline hose that I can air up my tires. You know, I got my broom there. That's my dirty ass draws. And you know, I got just random shit here, you know, like fucking, this is like winter shit right here, I think. This is like diesel treatment. Diesel 911, winter emergencies. You know, 'cause sometimes the diesel fuel can, you know, it can gel over in winter time. We don't gotta worry about that. I always got my milk crate. My daddy says, get yourself a milk crate. He was right. Get you a milk crate. Never fucking go wrong with a milk crate, man. If you see them out there in the wild, you grab a couple of them bitches. Ain't nothing like a milk crate. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So this is an airline hose that hooks up to my tractor. Okay. I'll show you right now to air up my tires. This here is a fucking a piece of piece of metal that you can use to pull the pin back there for the trailer. Okay, that's what it's for. So you're gonna have to climb under there. You know, The power inverter. This is a power inverter for the truck. That's how you plug everything up. And your laptops, TVs and shit. Power inverter right there. And that's routed in for the wiring in the truck. And they got some plugs right here. You know, it's convenience. Okay. This is the wire here. This is the communication wire inside where you fucking press the buttons on the fucking pad or whatever. You know, turn it on, turn it off. You know, this is fucking going to the battery. You know, that's how power inverters work. I think it's like a 2,000 watt power inverter. Okay. But so yeah, I use that yellow bar right here, man. You know, pull the pin, your king pin. You pull that pin. You can use that, you know, to pull the pin. But you know, now that the airline hooks up to here. You can air up your tires. You can. This is for the trailer. This is supply line. The supply line for the trailer. Okay. If this breaks, those fucking brakes back there will lock up on the trailer, and you're fucked. So you know, you make sure this is good. And also, another thing is back over here. These airlines here, man, you gotta make sure this shit is tight. Airlines here, that's for your brakes. Anything fucks with that. Anything you run any road debris, you never run any road debris over, because they can swing up and hit this fucking airline here, and that's for your brakes. And if the fucking pressure breaks, it will spring open. The brakes will open up and it'll lock. It'll lock all the wheels on the trailer. Those brakes need semi-truck brakes need constant air pressure to keep them open. Okay. So you know, you can hook up here. This blue line here is your application. When I press my pedal on my brake, this is your application. Of course, this is going to be your electrical, green electrical. Okay. So, I mean, you can see how big this motherfucker is. Way up here, tractor trailer is like 13.5 feet tall. You know, it's way up, fuck up there. You know. So, that's what I do. Fuel tanks. Got some fuel in there. Hell yeah. But that's what I do, man. I love my job. It's my truck. You know, that's just what I do. I love driving trucks. I love what I do. And you know, sometimes I hate it and sometimes I don't. It's just what I do. And it's my truck right there, a green Kenworth. I call it grave digger. You know, that's what I do. I keep it clean and stuff, you know, clean and serene. That's just what I do. Truck number 5094. Yeah, buddy. That's what I do. But I love my job, man. I love it. I always want more out of it. I always want more out of this job. But ain't nothing like driving one of these motherfuckers, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm addicted to it. I love driving. I love driving and I love moving. I mean, this is what I do, man. I can help myself. Sometimes it's just a hard way, hard job. But for me, this is what I like, man. I fucking love it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give you a little tour around the truck and shit. But you know, tomorrow I'm gonna fucking I think around like 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, I gotta start driving and shit. But that's what we see in our mirrors, man. It's different angles. But I keep it clean, man. I get out there and, you know, I fucking wash my windshields and everything. I wash my windows and everything, and that's what I do, because I gotta be able to see out these mirrors. Okay, if you get a bunch of fucking road grime on that mirror there, it fucks with you. It fucks your perception. You know, because this thing is like fucking, dude, this fucking thing is like 75 feet long, and you gotta back the trailer in. That's another story. You gotta back this motherfucker in. So it takes, how to put it to you, it takes skill. It takes skill to practice, patience, and experience, okay, to drive a truck like this. It's not overnight. It's seat time, baby. Seat time. So hope you enjoyed the video, man. You got a cat scale right there. See that? See that up there? It's a cat scale. That's a scale we weigh our trucks on to make sure our fucking axle weights are legal. Because those wheels back there on the trailer, I can slide those forward and slide them back, and it distributes weight between the tractor wheels and the trailer tandems. We call it tandems. I mean, tandems mean two. Remember that tandem means two. So that's why the wording we put it. Trailer tandems, drive axles. You know, there's different wording. Everything. Remember, everything's got its own lingo. You know, it's got its own words. It's got its own dialect. It's got its own fucking what's the other word for it? It's got its own terminology. You know, so that's my deal, man. I'm chilling here, man. It's a nice spot. This is a nice spot. Because I've been in some places that are fucking dog shit. Completely black. And you got to back into, and you got to figure this shit out. And this racetrack, it's a racetrack. Very nice place. Very nice concrete. Very nice lighting. This is like fucking luxury. Okay. Luxury. That's why I parked here. It's fucking luxury. I know my shit. I got enough experience. Once you become a truck driver and you over the road, you get that experience to know where to stop and know where to go, man. You get that shit. Okay. But that's the end of the video, man. This is what I do, man. Hell yeah. Got my shit set up. Of course, Detroit Fires on the TV. My TV's back there. Oh shit, you know what it is? Motherfucking TV, my laptop, my keyboard, you know what it is back there. Got this shit all plugged up, ready to watch some fucking movies and shit. Oh yeah. We got all kind of gauges up here. You know, way more gauges in the car. Way more gauges. Let's go through the gauges, man. And I do look at these gauges. You know, we got gauges here. We got gauges over here. We got more gauges than a fucking Christmas tree. Okay? We got buttons on the steering. We got on. I know what every single gauge does. I know what every single gauge is about. Okay? And you know what? In this truck, this is Kenworth. There's double gauges. You got a digital and you got analog. Okay? You know, a lot of them, the speedometer, of course, in the middle, speedometer. We're rotating at 700 RPM. That's idle speed, 700 RPM. Over here, oil temp. Engine torque. It's 0, we're not moving, right? This tells me how much torque I'm pulling. Okay, for the engine, the boost. How much fucking boost. They see these diesel engines, they have a turbo and they tell you how much boost is there. This is air pressure in my tanks. This right here, life and death. Life and death. If I have no air, I can't stop the truck. I can't do nothing. Can't even operate the seat. Air pressure, perfect. 118 PSI in my air tanks. Secondary, and primary. Oil pressure, we're at 29 PSI. Idling, you know, of course. Operating, we're going to be like 45, maybe 50, 60, something like that. It'll jump up, watch. 42. You know, that's the oil pressure. Speedometer, whatever the fuck. See, I turn into a fucking tachometer. You know, my engine RPM. Fuel gauge. Fuel gauge. My fuel gauge and my depth gauge. Coolant temperature. That's my coolant. Brake application. Remember I told you? It's how hard I'm getting on the brakes. It tells me how hard I'm getting on the brakes. I press the brake pedal and it goes up. Right? Air, this is for the air filter. Air restriction for the air filter. That's over here for the engine. Axle temperature. It even has fucking temperature gauges for the axles. It's 100 degrees. That's pretty hot. But over here, you know, we kind of somewhat have the same thing. We got a little bit of difference. Oil temp. And that's over there, over here. Oil temp. Front drive axle temperature. This Kenworth has temperature gauges for everything. You need to know, you know, air filter. Same thing over here. Air restriction, they call it. It's down to 0. Okay. Boost. For the turbo. How much boost I'm putting out. That will give you a good indication if you blow a fucking turbo. And it's the same thing over here. Where is it at? Oh, fuck. Boost. 0 PSI. And it's down there in 0. Right? Suspension load. This tells me how much I got on my fucking fifth wheel plate. How much load, how heavy the load is. And also fuel filter restriction is a fuel filter gauge. Shows you if there's any restrictions in the fuel filter. Right? There's even more buttons. You want to talk about more buttons? Let's talk about more buttons. This right here, we'll go from left to right. This is for idling. This is for your air conditioner. It's for the fan. There's a switch for the fan. Kenworth has a switch for the fan, engine fan, to turn on for the AC. Listen. There's a fan that came on. Traction control. You can turn it off because it's an automatic. This is your fucking whatchamacallit, when I come to a stop, has automatic brakes. It holds the truck. It's called hill assist. I can turn it off if I want to. Turn off. Hill assist is turned off. Okay. As a spare 2. This is for your fucking regen, for your def regen. We'll leave that right there. I don't ever touch that. You can disable it, or you can put it in manual mode. I don't fuck with that. Of course, you know, you got your normal shit, climate controls and shit like that. But over here is important too. Very important switches. You don't fuck with these. These are very, very. Never fuck with these over here. These three switches over here. This is your suspension drop. On the truck itself, I can drop the suspension. Let's say I'm picking up a trailer that's, I don't know, too high up. I can drop the suspension on the back of the trailer where the drive tires are. I can click this up and drop the suspension. The back of the truck is going down. So I can pick that trailer up. I can get underneath it. This is your fucking differential lock. Okay. On our trucks, there's 2 axles, right? But only one of them is active. If you get stuck or you're trying to get over certain things, you know, and you lock the differential. So you have engine power going to both axles. That's your differential lock right there. Now this one I will not touch. This one's special. This is the fifth wheel plate slide. Okay, where the trailer sits at, it sits on the fifth wheel plate of the truck, and this is the unlock switch. It unlocks it to where I can slide that fifth wheel plate forward or back. Okay, I don't want to move that. I don't want to fuck with that at all, because I got my shit set up straight to where I like it, and I'm not gonna fucking disengage that lock, you know. To even be able to move that, let me tell you how. See, how to learn the hard way. They don't teach you in the school. To be able to move that fifth wheel plate that's on the truck. The fifth wheel plate is what the trailer sits on, that locks into. That plate can move forward and back on the truck. Okay. If you unlock this, you cannot move it unless you lower the landing gear of the trailer, and then you can push the truck very lightly, because it only can move a short distance. Okay, you unlock it, then you can move it forward or back, and that can come in handy when you're trying to adjust the weight between your steer axle up here in the front of us, and your drive axle. If you gotta be really fucking heavy. So I know where to put that, and I never fucking touch that, and never have to move it. Never ever have to move it. I know where to put it at to make it balance, right? So that's all the fucking switches up here, man. There's even more switches. There's more switches. You want to know more switches? This fucking thing up here, it's for the engine brake. Comes up there. This is they call engine brake, fucking, what they call it also, exhaust brake retarder, and it's using the engine to slow down the truck. Diesel engines have the ability to use its own engine power to slow down the truck, and that's what this switch is for over here. Okay, it's an automatic truck. Everything is automatic nowadays. Of course, over here you got your turn signals and all that shit, wipers, and fucking, you got fucking cruise control. There's your marker, like how they trip reset, on off, cruise control. Your phone controls, you got some phone controls you can fuck with. They got all that shit here, right? But over here, we got all kinds of switches, man. These are our brakes. You don't fuck with that. These are our brakes. This switch here is for our trailer. Okay, I can press this. Right, that's going to my trailer. You hear the air? Trailer air supply. This is good. I supplied air to my trailer. The truck won't move because this is our parking brake. Okay, this is how we do. I can release this, right? Truck ain't going nowhere. I put my foot on the brake a little bit. But anytime we come to a stop, anytime we're trying to get fuel, this is how we do it. We hold the trailer brake and we pull the truck brake. That's your parking brake. When you're fucking finally set and you're not going nowhere for the night, you pop your trailer brake. Okay, that's for the trailer. 2 separate brakes. That's where that noise comes from. That that's where it comes from. Truck. This is the truck. This is the trailer. And we always hold one. We always go like this. We hold one and we pop the other one. I don't set them both because, you know why? Because it takes longer for this to air up. Okay, and also this is your parking brake. It's for the truck. But if you're being loaded, you pop both. You want that stability because forklifts going in and out, they will move the truck forward. Okay, that's why you have to chalk your wheels. So that's why the fucking air compressor governor went off. You hear that pop noise, that sneeze? That's because I was fucking around with the air. It had to air back up. And the sneeze, it because the air the tanks back up. But till you get over here, I'll show you. Here's our air tanks. I'm gonna release just the trailer brake. You'll see it. There it goes down. Yep, that's just for our trailer. They'll air it back up. Okay. And then you will later on you hear a fucking sneeze. And what it is, it's the there's an air compressor operated by the engine, and it has a cutoff point, and it sneezes. You'll fucking hear it in a second. It's probably pretty quiet. 110 PSI. We got a little bit more way to go for it to air up. I mean, I got a good truck, so there's not going to be much leakage. I can release the brakes on the trailer. Right? And it's going to air it back up. That's what it does, man. And yeah, it takes its time. But eventually you should hear a sneeze, like psh. That's the fucking cutoff for the air tanks. And you better be hear that noise. That's a good noise. That's a good quality equipment. If you don't hear that fucking noise, something's wrong. And we can take it the other way, right? We can turn off the truck and actually do a pre-trip inspection and pump our brakes down here and get the fucking warning buzzer going off for low air and air it back up and hear it go psh. You know, that's a test. That's a pre-trip inspection. We can do that. Make sure everything is holding air and everything is working properly. But that's how you do that, man. You turn the truck off and you turn it just key on. Brakes are released. Release the brakes and start hitting your brake pedal. Right? You hit your brake pedal, you'll bring all that air down and it'll fucking the buzzer go off. Because it's supposed to, it's around like fucking 60 psi. Maybe like fucking, maybe like between 60 and 45. The buzzer will go off and it's telling you got low psi. Got low air pressure in your brakes. It's an emergency. Okay? And the fucking shit's so fucking solid that it doesn't have to air it back up. Because we didn't lose any air. That's why. You know. But that, you know, that's the truck, man. That's the rig, man. Be sitting back here driving this motherfucker, man. Shit. Like a straight up pimp. You know, that's what I do, man. I love driving the truck. Ain't nothing like it. Nothing like it at all. I love it. Love this job. It fits me perfectly. You know. What else I can talk about, man? Ain't nothing else, man. You know, you got your log. This is a log. This is my log book. You know, 0 hours left. I'm off duty. Not doing nothing. I've been here for 2.5 hours. This is my log. You don't fuck with my fucking log, man. You don't fuck with that shit. Okay. Companies will. My company I drive for, they don't fuck with my log. This is legal. My log is legal. This is a log. Okay. Where I came off duty. A sleeper berth. When I was driving. All these different points. On duty. When I went on duty, from driving to on duty. I drove today 316 miles. Okay, that's what it says. 316 miles today. Guess what? It says 318 miles, so we're right out on the motherfucking money. Hell yeah. And it's connected to the truck. This is not a laptop, a fucking tablet. Okay? It's connected to the truck. I can't move the truck. I can't do shit. It knows where I'm at. And it's right down here. I'll show you. It's plugged in right there. See that? What the fuck? Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh no, they fucking with you, man. What the fuck? It ain't nothing to plug into, man. No, they do. They got it plugged in, man. Somewhere. That's probably an extension or something. Because I can show you they got it plugged in, bro. There's lights down and there's lights down there where the shit's plugged in. That's probably like an extension, something like that. I never seen that before, but it's plugged in. And how I know it's plugged in, because you can't move this motherfucker without nothing. So that's my log. That's what I do. You know, I gotta make sure things are straight. I go over here. We're off duty. I've been here for 2.5 hours. And this gives me on my cycle, 39 hours. I got plenty of fucking time. So I got 40 hours on my cycle. Okay, so 40 hours, pretty much. You can say that clock goes to 70. And every day you work, you drive, eats off that clock right there. That fucking clock right there eats off that shit. So we, you know, a lot of us, the drivers, got 70 hour work week, man. 14-hour days. You could drive for 14. I'm sorry. You can be on duty for 14, but you only can drive for 11, right? It's fucking complicated, man. But all this shit is like elementary for me. I got all this shit figured out. But that's my log. That's my log. You know, over here, got previous days. Over here, it says I need to verify my logs. It means like, you got, it's Wednesday the 16th. Let's open that up. Wednesday the 16th. I need to verify my logs. What this means is I'm signing off on it. That this is true. And I agree with it. And this is my log. And I'm verifying and I'm signing off. But I know that it's true. I know what I did yesterday. All I gotta do is hit agree. And it signs off on that log. Okay. I go back. Yesterday, I don't know about that shit. The 17th, I can do that too. And yesterday, I can verify the log, agree. I agreed to it, okay? There's no going back now. Drive time, when I drive, you cannot edit none of that shit. On duty time, off duty, you can somewhat edit it. But driving time, you cannot edit any of that shit. Fucking thing. And go back, man. Why is that a problem? There it is. You see what I'm saying? Technology law. But that's my log, man. Can't go nowhere. You know. That's what, I mean, it's perfect. No problem. This is my log. You know, this is where I input my inspection. You gotta have your pre-trip inspection for your truck and your trailer. This is where I do all that shit. You know. But this thing is connected to the truck and it knows what you're doing. And I respect it. I respect it because I don't have to sit there and say, I didn't know I do this, or I did this, or you did this. No fucking questions about it. That's what it is. But I always go off duty. Right now I'm off duty. I never put it in a sleeper berth. Because sleeper berth, SB, is the same thing as off duty. It's the same thing. I always go off duty. You know, that's what I do, and it starts that timer. You know, and you got drive, on duty. You know, that's what I start first. On duty, do my inspection, and then it automatically goes to drive as soon as I start driving. Okay? So that's pretty much the deal, man, of a truck driver. Respect the logs. This is my logs. And I've fucking had companies where they fucking said, oh, don't worry about it, we'll reset it for you. Don't worry. And they will. They will reset your fucking log and you keep on driving. That's illegal. And they will find out. Policemen, way stations, they will find out, dog, that you're illegal. They will find out. You know why they do? This tablet right here, you see this tablet, dog? It's pinging on the towers. And they'll know. They will fucking know. They will know when you got an inspection for your log. Because sometimes they'll do an inspection. They ain't doing an inspection on a truck. They do an inspection on your log, and then your fucking driver license, and your fucking paperwork, and everything. I got my paperwork over there. They'll do that. And they'll find that shit, man. They'll fucking bury your ass, give you a fucking ticket. Or they might put you out of service. Right? So I never done that shit. Any company that did that, I'll bury your ass. I'll leave your truck on the side of the road. Okay? But we got different times here. My restoration, that's how long I've been here. 2.5 hours, like I said. Break required 8 hours. That's like split break. It's another story. I ain't gonna get into it out of that. But driving left, 0. Workday left, 0. Workday is gonna come back as 14 hours. That's gonna come back as 11. Okay, that's my cycle left. That's what I got left. That's my money I got left. 39 hours. So I now got it within 7.5 hours that this clock is gonna reset. And it's gonna have all my shit back. Okay? And it knows where you are. It knows where I fucking went off duty, went out, everything. Okay, this is your log. This is me. This is me. Don't fuck with it. No company. I don't care who you drive for. No company, without your permission, cannot fuck with this log. This is your log. This is your shit. It's your paperwork. Okay? So don't let them fucking do that shit to you, man. Because then it fucking never would be me. I'll tell you that right now. And it's just a regular fucking tablet, man. I can do anything I want on it. I can pull up fucking Google Maps. I do it all the time, man. I pull up Google Maps. Look, that's where I'm at. Okay? That's where I'm at. Recenter. Close that out. That's where we're at. That's where I'm at. Precisely. Findlay, Ohio. But the deal is, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have a trucker's GPS. I use Google Maps. Can you believe that shit? I use Google Maps because that's how much experience I have, that I know where I'm going. I don't have to look at no fucking map, man. I don't need no fucking trucker GPS. I don't need none of that shit. I look at my fucking map, I know the fucking roads, man. Cause I know how to splice this shit. I know to put this shit. You see all that green shit? Those are major roads in the United States. That's where I need to belong. But I'm going to South Carolina. I'm going to Greenville, Greer, South Carolina. That's where I'm going. There she is right there. Right there. Oh shit, I fucked up. Over here. Greenville, Simpsonville, whatever the fuck. That's where I'm going right there. So that's the shit, man. That's what I do, man. Hope you enjoyed the video. I had fun making it. Have yourself a good fucking night. Hell yeah.